Hello, welcome to my channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'll be your host today, Miss Noir. Feel free to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. Please share your thoughts and opinions with me in the comment section below. Today, we'll be exploring a Reddit post and seeing where it takes us. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Today's story is by Throwaway Undecided 393 from r/relationship advice. My boyfriend's ex, 30 female, spent the night in my bed with my boyfriend, 30 male, but he recorded it to show me, 25 female. Nothing happened. How do we overcome this? I'm extremely hurt, but to my boyfriend's credit, he was very upfront about everything. He texted me immediately the morning after to tell me everything. My boyfriend, let's call him James, broke up with his ex-girlfriend Winnie about 2 years ago. They chose to stay friends, and this has caused some issues between James and I, mostly because Winnie just can't get over the breakup. She thinks her and James are soulmates, and she just refuses to accept that he stopped being in love with her. So a conversation they will very often have is James literally spending hours going over the logic of why he broke up with her. He tries to reassure her since they're still friends and she's hurting, but I've witnessed some of these conversations and he's loving but firm. I suspect some of you will say there's still something going on, but there really isn't. James is definitely over her. James and I moved in together just 2 weeks ago, and this has caused Winnie to be worse than ever. Like she relapsed with the depression and the crying fits. They're happening constantly again. I went back to my parents' place this weekend because I had to pack my car full of some more of my things, and I spent Saturday night there. Winnie must have known this because Saturday night she showed up at our place. Crying, wailing, the works. We have a doorbell camera and I got a notification as soon as she was at the door. I didn't see it right away, but as soon as I saw it, I texted and called James and checked our indoor camera to see what was going on. This is where James messed up, and he admits that he messed up. He didn't text me the whole night while Winnie was there. So all I knew was that she showed up. I checked our indoor camera we keep in the living room by the front door and it was turned off. This is normal. We only turn it on when we're away from home. But I was extremely upset and distraught as I was imagining the worst. I trust James, but I still didn't understand why he wouldn't answer my calls, and he admits it was horrible of him. I was ready to break up with him Sunday morning, but he texted me and immediately let me know that Winnie had come over. He said it sounds really bad, but she spent the night, but nothing happened, and he set up our indoor camera in their bedroom to prove it. I didn't want to believe him, but I did watch the footage, and even though it shows both of them laying in bed, it's true that Winnie was just crying while James was consoling her. There are some things he did that bother me a lot. At some point, he kissed her forehead. He hugged her and held her close several times. I'm honestly speechless at this, but I understand he knew there was a camera on him the whole time, and he knew I would see him doing that. So I guess he doesn't see that as cheating. So basically, James is asking me for understanding and for forgiveness. I have the proof that nothing happened, but I'm still hurt. This isn't how I imagined us starting our life together. What are the healthy next steps for our relationship? The comment section was very active for this story, so let's go through a few comment threads. Kuet says, the ex knew that you went back to your parents because your boyfriend told her. He doesn't help her to move on by being the one to console her. He just makes it harder for her because he enjoys being the one who went away. It will never get better. Throwaway Undecided 393 OP says, I've tried to communicate that to him, but he seems to be convinced that she really needs his help. And yeah, I didn't ask how she knew to come over the one night I wasn't there, but I assumed he had told her. I didn't think too much about that. I assumed she probably asked him what's up, and he said something like, oh, my girlfriend isn't here, I'm just spending the night alone. Do you think I should ask him if he invited her over? Lucy the Sky 29 replies, OP, is this relationship really worth it? Your boyfriend is consoling his ex in your bed all night while you're away. On the surface, how does this not bother you at all? If my fiancé was not only friends with his ex, but consoled her in our bed, he wouldn't be my fiancé anymore. Respect yourself, girl, because he sure doesn't respect you. Dump him, grieve the relationship, and date a man who doesn't get enjoyment from receiving attention from 2 women at once. Good luck. Beetle Swing says, 100%. Also, not to be that guy and sow seeds of doubt or anything, but cheating can happen outside of the bedroom. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I've slept with my husband on a couch before. This whole thing is too wild for me. There's no way I'd be put on the back burner for an ex of 2 years ago, because she's, quite frankly, obsessive. It sounds like he's keeping her around in case you two don't work out. I don't give ultimatums usually, but at this point, especially after he ignored your calls all night and slept with her in your bed, I'd seriously tell him it's you or her. No, 2020 says, just tell him it's her. The fact that this guy thinks any of this is remotely normal tells me he is going to be way more of a pain than he is worth. Rove 4228 says, speaking of the couch, why didn't he just console her on the couch in the living room? Why did he bring her to bed? It seems like he's intentionally leading her on to keep her interested or something. My vote is to tell him to ditch the ex. I do think it's possible for exes to be friends, but only if there are no feelings between each other. Sure, it's one-sided now, but she is just gonna be doing anything she can do to ruin this relationship, and all it takes is one drunk night for him to sleep with her. Camp Crustaceans says, 100% this, and to be honest, OP, your boyfriend doesn't sound like the greatest person either. Whether he wants to admit it or not, he is actively harming the ex and you by keeping her around to be friends. It sounds like he gets off on the attention. If not, he would do the right thing and go no contact until she can get over him. According Conflict 34 says, exactly, OP is being very naive. Why would any of this even be okay? Even if he didn't cheat, he is disrespecting your relationship. How would he feel if the roles were reversed? Would he be understanding if you slept in a bed with an ex? You've only been living together for 2 weeks and he is already messing up. Why waste any more time with him? Dump him and move out. He is not worth your mental health. Possibly Crazy 79 says, consoling her about the fact he supposedly broke up with her. This is a sick situation. Match a Magpie says, what do you mean nothing happened? He held her, kissed her, and had her in your bed. That isn't nothing. Have some self-respect. Pour the Bubbly says, not to mention all the things that could have happened before the boyfriend set up the camera. Sounds to me like he crossed lines while the cameras were off, which could have been anything from kissing to full-on intercourse, then set it up as an alibi and a way to assuage his guilt. Scuppin says, why is this not being pointed out more? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. I was expecting to see the video revealed they slept in different rooms. This is wild. I would break up on the spot. Helpful Name says, he tells himself she needs my help because he enjoys how dependent she is on him. He's getting off on this. He's keeping her like that. If he really cared about her, he would tell her parents and friends that she needs help and block her everywhere so she could get the distance from him that she desperately needs. He enjoys this. He's not a sweet, kind guy with a too big heart. He's covertly abusive. Vostok 0401 says, yeah, exactly. Someone who legit cared about her would not fuel the obsession and dependency by letting her spend the night in his bed. Good Human Being chimes in, I wish I could upvote this 1,000,000 times. He is loving it. He is getting off on how heartbroken she is. He is purposefully making it impossible for her to move on. Kuet comes back with, he will answer that he didn't invite her, and I bet that it is technically true. I think that he only told her that you went to your parents, but he perfectly knew that she would come. As I said, he enjoys being so important for her. You can't make him hold some boundaries with her if he doesn't want to. You accept it or you leave him. Personally, I would leave. Entertaining Tuesday says, your boyfriend is enabling her. If you want to still have a relationship with your boyfriend after this, I would be ending it. Then you need to make it clear that Winnie needs to find a way to move on and get help for herself that doesn't involve your boyfriend, aka no contact. You say you have proof that nothing happened. I mean, sure, if your only concern is physical. You seem to be making excuses for him because he eventually told you. You have ample proof that you're in a very messed up situation. His ex should not be coming to the place you live without a heads up. He is allowed to have guests as you are, but being in a relationship together means you share things like that. Him setting up a camera is him knowing what happened wasn't right, and he was setting up a way to lessen the hurt from it. Him not messaging you back is whack. He is enabling her. It has been 2 years and this is happening. It will continue to happen while he lets it. You say he is over her, and maybe that is true in a romantic sense, but he clearly isn't over the attention she gives him. The issue for me is that this has been going on your whole relationship, and he has seen nothing wrong with it. For that, it would be enough for me to end it. He didn't see how this was wrong, disrespectful to your relationship, and enabling Winnie to keep doing this. On the flip side, if you want to stay and try to make it work, I think you need to be clear and say you don't see a way forward where your relationship works while he is prioritizing and enabling Winnie. Personally, I hope you act on your initial instinct to break up. He knew this was wrong. That is why he set up the camera to cover his back. So convenient that she knew to come over the day you aren't there. He shouldn't be her support system in the first place. And you, your boyfriend, and Winnie all know that she still loves him. This is so whack. I hope you find the self-respect to deal with this and not let him off the hook if you decide to stay. Well, I'll chime in with my own thoughts here. OP, your boyfriend is enjoying the attention he is getting from both you and his ex. There's nothing inherently wrong with enjoying attention, but there is something wrong with exploiting his ex's mental illness for his own selfish pleasure. His behavior towards his ex is predatory, hurtful, and disrespectful. If you wish to indulge him in exploiting his ex's pain and mental illness while he uses his friendship with her to make you jealous, that is your prerogative. He set the camera up so that he could film himself cuddling, consoling, and caressing another woman in your bed to make you feel jealous, insecure, and violated. He is using both of you to stroke his ego, and since you and his ex are both consenting adults in this perverse game, you have every right to indulge. You are choosing to be in a relationship with a man who preys on the mental illness of someone he supposedly cared about at some point, and claims to still care about under the guise of friendship, and that reflects on the person that you are. You not only enable, but you condone your boyfriend using and hurting people who are struggling with their mental illness and emotional pain for his own selfish pleasure. Your boyfriend's behavior as a 30-year-old man is immature and unbecoming, but you condone and enable his immature and selfish behavior, which belies your lack of morals and ethics. You stand by and watch your boyfriend use you and his ex as objects to stroke his ego, which highlights your lack of self-respect. However, if you are happy in a relationship where you share your boyfriend with his ex, then I wish the three of you the best of luck. The only good thing that is coming out of this polyamorous relationship is that everyone is happy with the role they are playing. Your boyfriend is happy having 2 women fight over him. You are happy having the man that some other woman so desperately wants. And his ex is happy having his attention and affection whenever she cries for it. Words are hollow, worthless mishmashes of syllables. Actions are significant and consequential. Your boyfriend's words are that he's consoling a friend. His actions are that he's taking advantage of a mentally ill person and using 2 women to boost his fragile ego. Your words are that you and your boyfriend love each other and are in a mature, committed relationship. but your actions convey that you are so insecure and have so little self-respect that you are willing to stand by and silently watch a mentally ill woman be used and harmed so that you can feel better about yourself. You accept that your boyfriend consoles and caresses another woman in your bed and films it for you to watch. Well, this was a sad story, belying the immaturity and the disrespect between three grown adults. Please feel free to share your comments and opinions in the comment section below. On a lighter note, let's get into the joke of the day. From r/dad jokes, Awesome Smokey says, "It's only been a week, but the wife's already told me to remove the mirror I put on our bedroom ceiling. She says it's too hard to get dressed laying down." That's a good one. Thank you, Awesome Smokey. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you next time. I'm Miss Noir. Have a good day.